At Soul Farm, we do both day events and overnight retreats. The day events have much of the same activities and charm as the overnights, but the overnights give a full experience. We're all about the land here and connecting to the land. So for our guests, that means sleeping in our bunkhouses and tents and showering outdoors. It's all really pretty decadent, and it's fun for people that don't get to do things outdoors like this a lot, but setup for us is a lot of work. I thought I'd give you a behind-the-scenes peek to see what goes into preparing for one of these overnight retreats. And so, I'll start with the toughest task, setting up the tents. So while I'm grateful I haven't had to set these up in wet or rainy weather, and actually I probably wouldn't, we've had so many days the last couple of seasons of setting them up in really severe heat. Here we're setting them up the evening before a retreat, so the temperatures are a little cooler. And as you can see, we've got 3 people setting up. My daughter Eva is on the left, and Christina and me on the right. And we're actually having a little competition here, because Eva claimed that even in this heat, she doesn't need help. She can set up a tent all by herself. Christina and I aren't so ambitious, and we're setting up together. Eva has her system, and we have ours. And I'm wondering who's going to win the race. Okay, so considering it's a tie and that Christina and I had 2 people and a ladder, I'd say Eva won hands down. I'm not sure if she thought this through now that I know she can set up a tent all by herself. So while the 3 of us are probably already pretty tired right here, you can see Sprout has a lot of energy. She mostly sits around. Her job apparently is just moral support. So the job of setting up tents isn't quite over. We need to set up the beds. Tents are hands down the most laborious of our jobs and are really weather reliant, both for setting up and sleeping. But we make them pretty comfy. We use air mattresses, but we do spice them up a little bit with memory foam pads and really nice mattress pads. And once we finish them off with nice sheets and blankets, they feel as comfortable and sometimes even more comfortable than a real mattress. We set the tents up with furniture so we have places to put things and little lanterns. We also have 2 bunkhouses. These are permanent structures. Here Amay is setting up one of the beds here. They use the same air mattress memory foam sheet system. It's a little bit easier setup for us, of course, because it's a permanent structure. Hi, Eva. Our bunkhouses have porches with furniture. This is our new bunkhouse. We just finished this one this year. Our bunkhouses are nice and airy. They have a nice breeze. So even on a hot day like this weekend, we're anticipating it to be super hot. But I'm not worried about the bunkhouses because they tend to cool down with the evening air. You can see that when our bunkhouses are all done, they're nice and cozy. Women tend to really like them a lot. I think they're kind of like she sheds for them. They love getting together with their friends in here and having an evening away. In the evening, they can sit on the porch and watch the moon rise over the ponds, and at night they can listen to the sounds of the frogs and the crickets and go to sleep to natural sounds. I love the new bunkhouse as well. It sleeps 8, it has upper bunks, and I like the little curtains that we put in so that it feels a little bit more private. I think the views in this bunkhouse are even a little nicer. It's right up against the pond and it backs up to the woods. I've got a little bit of porch furniture here, but I plan to add more. I'm lucky I've got a 4-wheeler with a cart. I use this to move around bins and boxes and and all of our supplies. Our yard is big, the distance between buildings and things is long, so not having to walk back and forth dragging things is a real back and energy saver. But sleeping is only one part of the experience, so there's more that needs to be set up here. We have the corn crib that we use for massages that needs to be cleaned up and prepared before each event, and here's Tanya setting up. And the yoga barn needs to be cleaned up and swept out and prepared just in case we have a drizzle or a rain. We can eat or do yoga here. We've got an outdoor bathhouse that I really like. It's hot, cold running water, nice and spacious, and we need to keep that super clean, of course. Closer to the house is where we'll have snacks, and we set up our tables for eating and little areas to sit and relax. As you can see, Sprout's been working very, very hard, and she needs a rest. Setting up is kind of like preparing for a party. There's a whole lot of work behind the scenes that nobody sees, and a lot of times you're just getting out of the shower, right? With your hair still wet as the guests start arriving, and it's no different here. After setting up on such a hot day, nothing invigorates us more than our outdoor showers. So here I am heading off to the bathhouse. But as I head over, it feels good to take a look at all the hard work we did. It feels good to be ready. The outdoor showers are a favorite, especially on a hot day. If it's hot and I'm out working, retreat or no retreat, I prefer the outdoor showers to the indoor showers. They're spacious. We've got plenty of hot or cool water if you'd like a cool water shower. And there's nothing nicer than looking up at a beautiful blue sky, clouds, while you're showering. Even if you go in and you're exhausted, you always come out and feel awake and alive again. So here I am, and Christina in the background, wet head ready for our guests. May is here, putting out some snacks. Horses are ready. You can see they're impatiently waiting for our guests to arrive. I'm so grateful to my helpers that help me get ready for these retreats. I love them. I love our guests. They're great, fun people too, and they make it worth every little bit of hard work that goes into it.